I am proud to be white. 3, 2, 1.
Just be in the middle.
Yeah. Can there be a middle?
Alright.
Gotta pick a side.
Oh, hey, it's me, your friendly neighborhood, I guess, Twitter racist. I'm kidding. I don't know who needs to hear this, because it needs to be said, and I'm not afraid to speak my mind. You watch my channel, you know I am no stranger to that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it hurts anybody's feelings. I don't care if it pisses people off, causes an issue. It doesn't matter. I will always say how I feel about things, and I will not sugarcoat it for someone else's benefit. If you can't control your feelings towards things that I say, that's your problem, that's not mine. These fucking kids are so stupid. It is perfectly okay to be fucking white. I don't know why people fall into this whole narrative where you think that you have to have some kind of shame for your skin color. You don't, because that's literally racism. We live in a society now where people want to sit there and attack people for saying racist things. You can't say this, you can't do that, you cannot wear that. But when it comes to your skin color, if you are the the Caucasian of the Caucasus Mountains, it becomes an issue. And it's not true. It's just not a thing. I have never once in my life felt bad for the skin color that I am, nor have I ever felt privileged for the skin color that I am. If you want to be honest, if I do feel privileged, it's because I live in fucking America. Of any other place in the goddamn world, I live in the fucking USA. God bless the USA. This is where I live, that's where I feel privileged for. I don't feel privileged for my skin color or anything else other than that. You want to know why? I'll give you an example of that. When I first moved to California, almost 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago if you want to be technical, one of the very first things I did was apply for Medi-Cal, which is, the state free insurance for, people like me who would qualify for that because I technically was legally declared homeless, if you know what I mean. I didn't have a job, I didn't have anything, so technically I should be able to qualify for Medi-Cal. Do you know what they asked me 5 separate times? Are you Latino? Do you have Latino descendants? Are you sure you're not Latino? Are you sure you're not Latino? Bitch doesn't look like I'm Latino. I am a vanilla gorilla. I am white. I am Caucasian as fuck. You see this? This skin color is pink. I am so white that this ring light right here on medium settings is making my face look whiter than it ever needed to be. I burn when I go outside. But I got asked 5 separate fucking times if I was Latino. Do I look fucking Latino? And also, does it matter if I'm Latino? Why is it such a thing? We sit here and say that, oh, racism is bad, racism is evil. They actively push this shit on you. You can't even say that you're proud to be the skin color without being labeled some kind of white supremacist, and it is the stupidest shit. I dated a girl last year, very briefly, but she called me a white supremacist because we disagreed on things politically. Not knowing that I used to be a major Bernie bro. I used to be extremely left-wing. A lot of people hear me say this shit because I say it all the time. I was. My own in real life friends know how stupid politically left I was. I have never, I mean ever, had a problem with being white. I never thought it was a bad thing. It's just stupid. It's just very stupid hive mind thinking. I've always thought it was very dumb that you're kind of conditioned into feeling some kind of guilt for your skin color. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's disgusting. Even when I was a liberal retard, I never fell for that stupid thing. That was like one of the very few things that I did not fall down that kind of rabbit hole where I felt ashamed of my skin color. I never felt privileged for my skin color. There's a girl that I'm kind of friends with right now who was sitting there arguing with me a couple days ago, saying how I have so much white privilege. I'm like, bitch, where? And she's like, your whole life. I'm like, you live in a house bigger than me. You afford your own shit. I can't. I live in California. I make good money, and I still can't afford to live on my own. You know what holds me down even more? The fact that I have a child and I'm a single parent. There's no winning for me. You want to know how I can make money in this state? I'd either have to sell organs, get involved with illegal activities, get 3 jobs, or just sell my child. I mean, there's really no way for me to do it. I live with my grandmother because I have to live with my grandma. I can't afford to leave out of my grandma's house because California's too expensive. This bitch has her own fucking place to live, and I'm privileged. I've said it before, I've been homeless before. I was homeless for 3 months, and I refused help. I didn't ask anybody for help. That's not a privileged thing. I just had some people doing the whole sympathy thing. And you want to know how I got out of it? I got $10 and I got a gym membership so I could take showers and groom myself in the fucking bathroom. And I got a job. It's that easy. I grew up in a shitty fucking neighborhood with a lot. I'm not going to say what kind of neighborhood, but you know what I'm talking about. It's that kind of neighborhood. It used to be a nice neighborhood until they built the Martin Luther King Church, and then it just went to shit. And it is still pretty shitty over there. It's like it, you know, for a while, my mom didn't even have a back door. It's like my second house I've ever had that had no back door. It's pretty awful. And you know what? I'm still told I have privilege, and it's just like, shut your stupid ass up. I had somebody tell me too, like, oh, well, you only were able to get jobs and promotions because of your skin color. That's not fucking true at all. You want to know why I got these promotions? It's because I had a cleared schedule. That's why. I had no intentions of going to school or getting a different kind of job, and the opportunity was there. And eventually I accumulated experience from doing that because of my schedule, and that's how I was able to get these jobs. It's not because, oh, you're white, you get it by default. You want to know who I worked for? I worked for fucking Mexicans. Every job I've had, for the most part, apart from one job, I've worked for fucking Mexicans. Don't sit there and tell me it's because of my skin color that I got the promotion. You're full of shit, or you're stupid. Are you stupid or disabled? I can't fucking tell. It's one of the two. And I know you gotta push this stupid narrative or whatever, but you're just dumb. You're just blatantly stupid. Like, you are the product of billions of years of evolution, if you believe in that sort of thing, on this planet, and you are the result of that. And then you got people who will sit there and say reverse racism doesn't exist, or it exists, whatever. You know, racism is just racism. There's no sugarcoating it or like making different categories for it. If you have a problem with somebody based off their skin color, that's because you're a racist. It just comes down to that. And here's the thing about it. Every single human being on this planet is racist to some degree. Now, whether you're being hurtful or shameful towards other people, that's debatable. That's entirely up to you and your personality or what kind of human being you are. But we don't look at each other and say, oh, well, we're all human beings. We say that because it's the polite thing to say, but in reality, you look at a black guy, you know he's black. You're going to sit there and like, ugh. Or they're going to look at you too and say, ugh, because you're white. You know, like, I grew up people saying, oh, that white motherfucker, or, you know, like people talking shit about my mom, oh, that white bitch. But these people aren't racist according to liberal ideology. It's poison. That's what it is. It is straight poison to the mind, and it is disgusting. And we need to, I'd like to say we need to abolish that, but it's never going to go away. We're never going to move past that because people are so tied into this guilt that they should not have. We should not be feeling guilty for shit that happened 300 years ago, especially when there's more slaves today than there ever was before. That's all I'm saying. Like, I hate it when people, especially everybody I meet out here in California, when they talk about, oh, slavery was so bad. Tweets from an iPhone. You know where those lithium batteries come from, right? You know who's making those phones. I don't know. And then they're wanting to do, they wanted to do the whole thing where they're like, oh, well, we need to pay reparations for slavery. How about fucking no? Because nobody alive is affected by slavery. Unless some motherfucker's like 150 years old. That's the case of it. Like, I don't feel like my tax money needs to go pay for some fucking family that had nothing to do with it. And also, while we're on this topic, this is something I want to say too, because I hate it when fucking people say this shit. African American is such a racist fucking ideology. You're just black. That's all it is. Or you're African. Not everybody in America are fucking African. It's a hard thing to wrap your little mind around. I understand that. It's a very difficult concept. It's a very difficult thing to, you know, come to terms with. I had a girl that deadass told me Idris Elba was African American. I was like, bitch, he's fucking British. What are you talking about? He's not even American, you fucking twat. And she's like, well, it's still the same thing. And I'm like, no, it's not. You don't see me going by European American. I'm fucking American because I was born in America, you fucking retard, you fucking idiot, you fucking loser. Like, goddamn, I hate stupid people. I think it should be illegal to be stupid. Like, I really do. You should be able to take tests. If you're not smart enough to hit these specific tests, you need to be sent off to work in the coal mines and go farm up those lithium batteries that you so desperately love, so you can tweet about it on your little iPhone later on about how much you hate slavery. That's all I'm saying. It's stupid. The whole thing is just stupid. It's asinine. There's nothing wrong with being white. There's not. There's nothing wrong with being black. There's nothing wrong with being Mexican, Canadian. It's just whatever. That's another thing I want to say too. I just want to get this out. Whenever someone says, "Oh, I'm Mexican, but they were born in America," no, you're Latino or Latina. You're not Mexican. Mexican means you were born in fucking Mexico, and it doesn't. That's not even tied to your fucking skin color. You don't hear people say, "Oh, I'm Canadian, but they were born in America." That doesn't work that way. You're Canadian if you're born in Canada. You're American if you're born in America, and you're Mexican if you're born in Mexico. That's how that works. I don't know who needs to fucking hear that, but whatever. Anyways, like I said, there's nothing wrong with being white. These kids need to, like, come to terms with it, or just say what's really on their minds. Let's be honest.